I wanted to talk about something that comes up quite frequently, particularly for young black professionals where they're a minority in a space, right? And it's a scenario when you're given feedback that you are too quiet, or you don't speak up enough, or you're not getting involved in workplace conversations. And I really want you to take this time just to share a few tips and words of advice. And I think it's important that we break down what that does to us in our workplace environment. So firstly, I get it. Sometimes you might just be shy, and especially when you're a minority and you are the only one in a space, it can be really hard, it can be awkward, you can be really anxious, and you're not always comfortable or confident to share, your thoughts, your ideas, you're nervous. You might not have come from a background where your confidence was given an opportunity to shine. You weren't given the opportunity to really shine. We've also been told, in some of our communities that all you need to do is just keep your head down, that it's enough, hard work is enough. It's enough to do your work, that, don't do too much, that doing too much is, it's only really for the people who are at the top of the ladder. And I really want to encourage you. I want to encourage you right now to start to work on how you can show up and be more visible in a workplace environment or in a business space environment, right? Because I don't want you to be penalized. When you're getting feedback that's saying that you're not showing up, or you're too quiet, or you're shrinking violet, I want you to really unpack that. And look, I've been there. Oh my God. I've been in spaces where I've been so quiet because not only do I feel like an imposter, but I didn't know that I didn't think or feel that any of my ideas had any value or any purpose. And it took a long time. And in hindsight, I really wish I'd been brave enough. I really wish I'd had people on my corner, or I had someone outside of those spaces who was a coach, right? Who was telling me, Ronke, you can do it. You can do this. You've got this. Unfortunately, I didn't necessarily have that. So I had to learn. And, I'm sure there were people in some of those meetings who probably see me on LinkedIn and like, this person gets a lot of praise. But I remember being in that meeting with that person, and she wasn't that great when I was there. So if any of you are watching, hey, I learned, I know, listen, it's not easy, I get it. But I really want you to take stock. If you get that kind of feedback, I want you to really think about some key prompts. And I've seen some, so I got some really good ideas so I'm going to leave a link. Great profile, and I'm going to leave a link to this because I want to make sure they're credited. But Demetrius on Twitter, I know it's called X now, shared a really good strategy. So if you get that kind of feedback, Demetrius says, I haven't got any opinions at the moment, but I'm just taking things in. So you can just frame and bridge the conversation, right? Or after the meeting, say, I have this idea or this plan. So you can say, for example, that you don't have anything to share right now, but you're going to share something later. Or, welcome the feedback and say you're going to work on that feedback. So I really want you to take some time, and I really want you to think about what you can do to take stock and to reframe feedback, and don't just take it as negative feedback and then shrink further. I want you to take it as something that you can use. I want you to really work on how you're engaging, and say, look, I'll come back to, if you get that feedback from your line manager or your boss or your colleague, say, look, I'd like to really revisit this, and I'd really like to take the time to factor in what I can do to improve on a one-to-one basis. Or, just say that, you're not always great in group settings, but you're working on it, and then you'll come back to this, whatever that feedback might be. So take the time, and what will really work well is working maybe on your online visibility too. So maybe starting to show that you do care about the organization you work with and work for, and you do have some ideas. So really take the time to brainstorm, and don't brush off feedback as it's just an opportunity to kind of diminish your light or dim your light. Use it as an opportunity to grow and to learn and to move forward and to push forward. It is hard, I know, it is challenging, especially in some of these spaces, but you can absolutely do that, and you can absolutely use this feedback to grow and to make progress in the spaces that you're trying to enter. So I hope this was useful. I'll try my best maybe to do another video. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Take care.